What's going on YouTube? Hudi here with Level Up Gaming, and in this video we're going to talk about spray control. In 5 minutes or less, we're going to talk about how you can control your spray in Valorant, okay? First, before we get into that real quick, I want you to hit the sub button, hit the like button for me if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and it really helps these videos out. But let's get right into it. If you want to be like the sub of the day here, head on over to the Twitch stream. So, spray control in Valorant. It's got two parts to it. There's two components to spray in Valorant. There's the horizontal and vertical movement. Okay, the vertical movement is the first 10 bullets that you see here, 10-ish bullets. I don't exactly know how many they are. And then the rest of that spray, the horizontal movement left and right, comes at random time intervals. It always goes left and right. It's not random the direction it's going to go, but it is random how long it's going to stay there. It is possible to counter this. It's just not something you want to rely on all the time because it's going to be very difficult and sometimes unreliable in the heat of the moment. So let's talk about that vertical movement in the spray, because this is really the most important part. What you want to be able to do is control this and keep it all grouped up in one small area, kind of like this. But what you want to do is come into the range and you want to practice this. So practice on this wall, practice on some bots, practice on another wall. It doesn't really matter, but you want to move this wall out to different ranges, and you just want to keep these first 10 bullets grouped up. Another way to do this is literally to just, draw a line somewhere and just spray infinitely and keep your bullets below this line, and do this as different ranges as well. You don't have to control the left and right part of this recoil yet. We're not working on that. We're literally just working on keeping that vertical recoil under control. And you can do this for both guns. This isn't anything different on either gun. And you can even do this for the Spectre if you wanted to. Another part of this vertical recoil, something that's even more important, is the first 4 bullets. You'll notice that the first 4 bullets are very much tightly grouped together when you spray them out of any of these guns. And that's important and notable because it takes 4 bullets to kill someone. So if you can hit the first 4 bullets of a spray, technically you can kill someone at pretty much any range. 1 kill right there. So if I work on getting really good at these first 4 bullets and keeping them tightly grouped up, you can guarantee a kill at range if you miss the headshot, right? So practicing this as easy as coming in here, staying far away from these bots, and just work on controlling these first 4 bullets. Really, it's only a micro adjustment. The first 3 bullets stay really tightly grouped, and then you only have to counter just slightly for the 4th one depending on your range. Sometimes you don't even need to counter, right? Sometimes it'll just work. Okay, so that's easy enough. We've talked about controlling the vertical movement in your recoil. All you have to do is pull down a little bit. It just takes muscle memory. You have to work on it a little bit. What about the horizontal movement? This is a little bit more difficult. So the best way to counter the horizontal movement that I found is to watch your tracers. And now you can watch the barrel of the gun. You can see it going left and right. You can also notice that your crosshair is going left and right as well. And you can use both of those indicators to counter your horizontal movement. But like I said, the easiest thing for me to do is actually to watch where my tracers are going and move those over the enemy's head or whatever I'm trying to aim at. So if I wanted to start countering this right now, I would just pay attention to my tracers. Are they going left or right? I might miss 1 or 2 bullets out of that, but you'll notice that now my grouping is very tight comparatively. I'm just watching the tracers and moving the gun left or right and keeping it pretty grouped up here horizontally. The best way I found to practice this in like a real life situation or closer to real life situation is on these bots, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start spraying here. I'm going to get the spray going, and then I'm going to watch my tracers, and I'm just going to move my tracers over to the bots' heads, and I'm going to practice watching my tracers and moving them over my target's head, okay? And this is something that you may not be very good at. It may take a little bit of work, but you just got to get used to watching this, using these indicators to understand where the horizontal recoil is at. Because if you're this deep into a spray, chances are you're spray transferring onto somebody and you're not just spraying at the same target over and over again. You probably started shooting at someone else and then you moved your tracers over to someone else's head, and having this skill can be incredibly useful, but difficult to learn. So make sure you're doing this, make sure you're practicing this if you want to be able to control your recoil. And that's pretty much it. That's the basics of it. You You could also crouch a little bit to counter your vertical recoil, but I don't recommend this because it's a bad habit to get into. You don't want to depend on the crouch for your spray. You don't want to crouch every time you spray either, because that's full committing to a gunfight. Once you crouch in a gunfight, your movement is severely limited, and to get out of the crouch and then start moving to hide yourself again if you need to takes so much time that you may not survive that gunfight. You're better off not crouching for a gunfight unless you know you're going to commit and there's no getting out of it anyways. I hope you guys find this video helpful and useful. Remember, the first 4 bullets really matter the most when you start spraying at someone, no matter the range. And the rest of that spray, keeping the vertical movement under control, can be quite easy. Just get that muscle memory down, figure it out, you'll be okay there. Controlling that horizontal recoil though, you need to really figure out an indicator that works for you and respond to it, whether that's the gun moving, the crosshair moving, or the tracers. I personally prefer the tracers, but use whatever works best for you. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. Let me know how shitty my hair looks today. I really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm gonna smoke
They
off.
found my body.
CT and elbow.
No hot feelings.
Molly it off. Backside.
Both backside.
What the fuck? Okay, wait. Yeah. Is there a lineup for A?
One enemy remaining.
We have a
Oh
fight.
my god.